Fate of the Furious. It was actually a lot better than I would have given it credit for. I figured it was going to be another let's drive these cars really fast and do impossible things with them type movie. And it kind of was, but there was a lot more to it this time around. This movie stars a ton of people, but Vin Diesel is back in the movie. So is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's back. Jason Statham comes back to bring back his character, but in a different way. Michelle Rodriguez, who I don't like that much as an actress, it always seems like she's phoning it in. Like she'd rather be watching a movie than in the movie. To me. I mean, Tyrese Gibson is in it, and he's a scene stiller in this one, I'd say. Charlize Theron is back, and she's doing well in this movie. She makes, in some scenes, she makes a really convincing villain. It's almost a new story. It's essentially the same story that we've always gotten, fast cars and such, but they're taking different turns now, and it's good. They're doing a good thing with that. But what I've noticed is they've gone from street racers to an espionage team. They were like super spies, and then they went from that to, in this movie, they're basically superheroes. They're Iron Man wrapped in their armor, but these guys are wrapped in cars. And once they're in those cars, they can do amazing things. Most of the movie is them in the cars. Most of the action is them in the cars. They've got 2 techies now on their team, and I'm not sure why they would need 2 techies, but they do. Well, one of them's super hot, so maybe that's it. That's probably it. Essentially what the story is Dom is in a position where he has to turn on his team and give up, his biggest value, which is family. And they don't explain at first why he's doing it, but I would say it was a good reason. You make a judgment of your own. I think it was a good reason. I would say it was a good reason for him to turn on his family. And I thought for sure when I was watching, I was like, okay, this is the way they're going. He's going to be the chief villain now, and the team will spend the next 5 movies chasing him or some such. But there's twists, not ones that you can't figure out. They're fairly easy. It's an action flick. It's not like a suspense thriller or something like that. It's an action flick. It's a lot of explosions and stuff like that. But it's good. It has a couple of twists in it that were kind of good. And it is a full-on action movie. If your idea of an action movie, or let's put it this way, my idea of an action movie, a full-on action movie, has fist fights and cool dialogue and tons of bullets. It should rain bullets and muscles and beautiful women, fast cars and explosions and stuff. And this movie had all of that, at least twice for everything. Again, Charlize Theron was in her zone in sections. In some of the movie, you were like, eh. In some of the movie, you were like, wow, she's threatening. And it was good, because when she's doing evil, when she's being bad, she's really good. And when she's doing, her placid thing where she's not being ultra evil, it was like, So, it was she turns out to be Spectre of, you know, if you've seen the newer James Bond, she's essentially Spectre from the James Bond movie done for the Fate of the Furious. She's a potentially a reoccurring villain. You'll have to watch the movie to figure out what that's all about. But that's my review. And if you dig it, let's talk about it in the comments. What's your favorite Fast Furious movie? Who's your favorite action star nowadays? They got a lot of them in this movie. And as always, if you dig the video, you dig the content, then right over here in the corner, click my face and subscribe. And then like.